Hey there, this is Cheryl Clark from PhenomenalVoices.com here with another video to help you with your virtual presentation skills. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to deliver a good Zoom presentation, or how to, show up and look and sound better in your next online meeting, whatever platform you're using. Before we get into those tips, however, I just want to say that this video is not for everyone. I am not for everyone. This video is for people who want to stand out. This video is for people who want to make it clear to others that they take pride in their work and their appearance at all times. This video is for people who want to convey a presence of leadership. If this is, if you're someone who doesn't really care that much and you kind of show up with the attitude with, they lucky I even showed up to this meeting, then this video is not for you, and I won't be offended if you click off early. If you stick around, however, I'm going to give you a few quick and easy ways to elevate the substance and style of your Zoom videos. So without further ado, let's just jump right in with the first tip, and that is stand up. That is if you're able to. If you're not able to stand up, please stick around until the end of the video. I have a tip for you as well. But for those of you who are able to stand up, for your next virtual presentation, please consider doing it. It's so subtle, it's so easy, it's one step, and it makes a huge difference. When you're standing, your energy is stronger. When you're standing, your shoulders are back, your posture is better. You give a more presence of authority, so it's very easy to do. So try that in your next virtual presentation. Don't sit down at your desk. Stand up. Give yourself a little room between the camera and you in the background, so there's no big shadow behind you and the camera's not all up in your face. Give yourself some space, think it through, test it out, and try standing up. It makes a big difference in your energy. That's tip number one. Tip number two is to pay attention to your background. This is so easy. It's so simple. I feel like I shouldn't have to say it, but I've been in enough Zoom meetings to know that I still have to say it. Please pay attention to your background. Plain is always great. It's not distracting. It forces your audience to pay attention to you and what you're saying and the topic of the discussion. So plain is always good, but don't be afraid to switch it up. If you have watched my videos for more than 2 weeks, you have noticed that I change my background quite frequently. Sometimes I use a backdrop. Sometimes I'm seated, sometimes I'm standing, sometimes, I have strategic props. I set my scene in certain ways. I use different things that accentuate what I'm saying. In the beginning of this, you noticed that I had some books. I'm pretty sure some of you were trying to read the titles of those books. And if you were, I'm just going to help you out by switching to that right now. In previous videos, I have used, in my masterclass, I've used a thinking little Einstein going like this, and the students noticed it. In a previous video from a few weeks ago, someone noticed the Malcolm X book that I had on the bookshelf behind me. I point all of this out to say that people are paying attention. Even if you think they aren't, they are. They're looking at everything in the background. They're trying to read stuff, and they're looking at all of your photos, which could be good, but it also can be tremendously distracting, because the reason you're presenting is to get them to do a specific action. And looking at the photo of your dog behind you is probably not going to drive that action. So put a little bit of thought into your background. Make it yours. Razzle dazzle it a little bit if you want to, or keep it plain if that's more of your personality. Whatever you do, put thought into it so that it adds and doesn't subtract and detract from you and your message. So that's number two. Pay attention to your background. Tip number three is to take advantage of the fact that your meeting is virtual, that it's online, and you can use videos, you can use sound effects or music, you can use props, you can use all of these other things in a way that's a little bit more unique and more up close and personal for the viewer versus when you're presenting in person. So switch it up a bit. Give your audience something different visually and audibly every now and then to make your presentation better. The reason I'm saying this is because some people tend to just take their slide deck or whatever they would normally use in person and dump it into a screen share. That's not totally wrong, but there's better ways of doing it. Why not switch it up? If you don't have to have a slide on the screen, then don't. If there's something that can better support what you're saying, use that instead. And sometimes it's nothing. It may just be you. You may be all you need. But in other instances, consider using photos. Consider putting a picture in picture so people can, see you while they're looking at something else, just to keep it interesting. People have short attention spans, and you need to keep a sense of variety to keep them with you. So that's tip number 3. Now, At the top, I did mention something for folks who are not able to stand up, because I do recognize that's not an option for everybody. We're inclusive over here. So if you're not able to stand up, you can still convey a lot of energy in your virtual presentation. And I want to show you a very quick clip of someone that I think who has done it very well on YouTube. So take a look at this video.
Hello everybody. If this is the first time of visiting my
Notice
channel,
how he is still a bit further back from the camera. And the room is pretty plain, so you're not distracted by a whole bunch of just toys and stuff and laundry and all kinds of stuff that you see in some people's videos. But you see the speaker, you see him clearly, you see his gestures, and you also see this image beside him that is a bit commanding. So if you're differently able, this is an option for you to convey some more energy and to stand out in your next virtual presentation. If you are interested in more ways to learn how to master and stand out in your next virtual presentation, in your next Zoom meeting, what have you, please consider going over to phenomenalvoices.com and check out my masterclass. In this masterclass, I go over everything from structure, breaking down how people learn, how they retain information, how to tell better stories, how to overcome those audiences with low attention spans and never-ending distractions, how you can do all of these things that I've described here, but in a much greater level of detail. And it's just a more one-on-one approach, because I want you to remember that when you're doing anything virtually, everyone watching you has a front row seat. So there are a lot of details to consider, and I go over every single one of them in my Virtual Presentation Skills Masterclass. So if you're interested in learning more, please go over to phenomenalvoices.com, check it out, register today with the ongoing discount. I hope this video was helpful. I'll see you next time.